So I thought I'd share this video with more people. I got this spare diff with my Alfa Brera project car, but it should be the same in both the Brera Spider 939 and the 159 as well. I was looking to get a limited slip differential to have more traction in the snow and more fun as well. And as there has been none made for the Brera and 159, I thought I'd have a look inside and see if there might be a limited slip from a different car I could use. As you see, it's a ZF differential, similar at least on the outside to Porsche Cayenne, New Giulia, Mercedes ML. Lots of cars of use ZF differentials. It seems like less and less companies make their own differentials. But what I was a bit surprised over was that the crown wheel is on the opposite side to any other diffs I've opened. So that didn't think much of it at first, but like started googling other ZF diffs, and then I thought, wait a minute, doesn't that mean it will rotate the opposite way? And yes, as most differentials will or most drive shafts rather would normally rotate anti-clockwise when going forwards. This differential, as you'll see, if I rotate it anti-clockwise, it will turn backwards. And if I rotate it clockwise, of course, it will turn forwards. So that's going to be that's going to make it even more difficult to source an LSD, if at all possible. It also has the crown wheel sort of welded to the differential carrier, which I guess also has been a thing since the mid-2000s. This is off of a 2006 model. So any other cars that I know of that has this setup would be like a front differential on a four-wheel drive car, like with a longitudinal engine. Yeah, and it wouldn't be possible on a rear-wheel drive setup or any longitudinal setup at all, actually, not in rear at least, because that would mean the engine would have to rotate the other way as well, clockwise. But I guess the reason they made it, the only reason I can think of, would have to be because of some issues with I guess, because this is the power takeoff. I call it the power takeoff since there's really no differential inside, not in a traditional way anyway. This for packaging issues, I guess they've made it turn anti-clockwise, so that of course means that this one also turns anti-clockwise. Or clockwise rather. I mean, normally it's anti-clockwise. This turns clockwise when going forward. So it's a little bit dark there. You can see the outer shaft turning. It is dark. You have to trust me, it does. There's a better picture of me turning the output shaft of the power transfer or transfer case clockwise, and you see the takeoff of the front torsion differential is turning forwards. So that's the only reason I can think of that they made the rear differential spin the way it does, is because of packaging issues. This little guy has to live with the V6 in the Brera and Spider. and 159, yeah. So on the Brera Spider 939 and the 159, the torsion differential, similar to what Audi used to use, or perhaps still does, is not in this power takeoff. It's in the gearbox itself. It uses the F40 gearbox, which Saab design, I think, since the 159 Brera and Spider at the time was based on a GM platform. It's very similar, at least on the outside, to the power takeoff on Saab 93Xs and the Opel Insignia. Although the difference is that those have a Haldex style slip clutch, I guess, on the integrated into the rear differential, whereas this has a more like 3 differentials, where the front and center differential is in the same unit inside the transmission, which is the F40 transmission. Couldn't find anything online on these differentials. I googled to find pictures and info about the Brera 159 and Spider 939 differential setup, and was little or none information. There are some ZF numbers here. I googled them. No results really turn up on any of them, unfortunately. We have one there on the differential carrier itself. There's one on the crown wheel as well, which I had hoped that when I googled that it would show like lots of other cars brands using the same part number. Unfortunately, no, it's not the case. There's the setup, or the rear lid. That of course has some numbers as well, but that's, I guess, only for the rear lid, and that's model specific. I guess it would be possible to use a limited slip unit from a car with the crown wheel on the left side, the normal side rather. It's a bit more difficult when the crown wheel is welded to the diff. That means you have to find something that has the correct ratio, which in this case I counted the crown wheel to have 47 teeth and the pinion, I think 15 it was, which would be around 3.13 CWP, or crown wheel pinion ratio, or final drive ratio. So if I could find a limited slip differential from, let's say, Giulia or Mercedes ML, Porsche Cayenne, something that uses, or something that would fit, could be done. This differential has bearing size, this is on each side, 41 millimeters, and the overall width, what was it? I'll put it in the text. I can't remember exactly. And then there's yeah, I guess you'd have to move the pinion as well. So there's a lot of things that has to match up. It's yeah.